Hi, everyone. This is acyuta-bhava from Nightlight Astrology, and today we're going to take a quick look at Mercury and Venus changing signs. This is a big deal because not only are they changing signs, but the fact that they are both changing signs into Libra by tomorrow night suggests that there is a kind of Venusian momentum shift happening. And I'll try to explain it briefly. And some of these transits we'll be unpacking more as the week goes on, as we also do our overview for the month of November. So first of all, take a look. Here is Venus, late degrees of Virgo. Here is Mercury in the early degrees of Scorpio, retrograde. Watch what's going to happen if I advance this chart by 1 day, and then I take some hours into account here. And yeah, check this out. So if I just move this ahead by minutes, watch what's going to happen. You're going to see Mercury and Venus change signs almost simultaneously. There goes Mercury. It's about 8:33 p.m. Central Time in Minneapolis tomorrow night. And then watch, if I just go forward about 10 minutes later, what is it, by like 8:41. So yeah, like 10 minutes or so later, Venus jumps signs. So now all of a sudden you have two planets simultaneously entering Libra. Why is that a big deal? Well, over a long time of doing astrology, what I can tell you is that when two planets, or when a configuration of several planets all at once start emphasizing a new dynamic, meaning most of the time that they change signs or that they make aspects from certain signs, and certain underlying planetary rulerships get really elevated or really pronounced. It's very important. It's like the heavens are just putting out a big banner saying, and now Venus. In this case, obviously, these planets are moving into Libra. So it's like the cosmos is sort of going, and now it's Venus hour. Now, remember, this new moon cycle began in Libra, which means that the moon cycle ahead is toned by Venus and Venus's movements. This is really important because not only is Venus changing signs into Libra, but leaving its fall. We have Mercury starting to emerge from under the beams of the sun, and picking up dignity, and then going into the same domicile as its host, Venus. That means it's a really strong Mercury. And over the next couple of weeks, Mercury will start to appear as the morning star. Venus is the morning star. So you're seeing both Mercury and Venus in the morning star position, pretty bright and strong, very yang-like, like kind of almost like warrior-like, which seems weird for a Venus sign. But what that means is that Venus energy is about to really assert itself. Venus is in its home sign as the morning star. Mercury is about to appear as the morning star in Venus's sign with Venus, right? And this is changing from Venus being in its fall, while also Mercury was under the beams of the sun in Mars's sign, and Mars is also retrograde. What happens in the next couple of weeks to also signal a big kind of wave of Venus energy? You have, by the full moon of this month, let's just march it forward a couple of days here to Halloween. On Halloween, you also have what? A full moon with the moon exalted in Venus's sign, conjoined with Uranus, planet of breakthroughs and liberation, opposing the sun opposite Uranus, another sign of breakthroughs and liberation, right? All the while, Venus and Mercury are now in that T-square energy, with Mars across the wheel and with Saturn. And in both cases, as they move along, they're in the superior position over the stellium in Capricorn. And especially after Venus opposes Mars later on in November, then Venus moves into the superior position over Mars. So yeah, the bottom line here is that we're seeing, this is the first domino to start knocking them down, you could say, in what is going to be a emphasis on the benefics in general. First, you have a big wave of Venus energy. Then if you move it forward to December, once we start getting into eclipse season and the sun moves into Sagittarius, Jupiter's sign, then Jupiter picks up dignity as Jupiter leaves Capricorn, the sign of its fall, and along with Saturn shifts out of that Capricornian dimension into a lot lighter, airier space in Aquarius. And again, Jupiter will pick up a ton of dignity. So I did an interview like a year ago or so with, I don't remember who it was, Astrology Hub. Is that a place? I think it's the Astrology Hub. Amanda Pua Walsh, I think was her name. Anyway, I did an interview with her, and we were talking about, we were talking about the astrology of 2020, and I was like, yeah, the beginning of 2020 is rough, and weirdly, it's sort of bookended. Late, the fall is dicey. There's a lot of dicey energy in the fall, but late fall, moving closer to the winter solstice, you get this shift that happens. And Jupiter and Saturn at the winter solstice also signal the shift. Is the shift entirely easy? No. And we do still have some rocky moments ahead. Even though Venus is getting really empowered now, you're going to see Venus go through an opposition to Mars. You're going to see Venus go through T-squares to all of these energies. Venus is in the superior position in its own sign. I think Venus overcomes the challenges ahead. But you've also got, in the next couple of weeks, Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. And then, Jupiter's still in its fall. So, and the sun right now is in Mars's sign, and Mars is concluding its retrograde. So it's not like perfect sailing just because Mercury and Venus are changing signs, but it is the sky is starting to speak in terms of a shift that's happening. And it's right now, starting tomorrow night into Wednesday, it's going to be a Venusian shift. So I thought that you guys would all be interested to just see the dynamics playing out a little bit and sort of prepare yourselves. The full moon should be really interesting and a little bit wild. Brace yourself for a little bit of the unexpected, because that Uranian energy with the sun opposite Uranus can reveal itself in moments of surprise, rebellion, unexpected appearances of things that kind of pop out of nowhere, that like the lightning strike effect of Uranus. But this is, after all, a very empowered full moon in its exaltation in Venus's sign, with Venus well dignified. And again, Mercury, when Mercury starts to appear as the morning star, it's a little bit like a trumpeter at dawn. And in Venus's sign, right, the sign of the balance. So I think it looks really good. We're also coming close to eclipse season during the midst of this transition, with eclipses in Jupiter's sign and Jupiter picking up dignity. So I like the outlook for the next couple of months. The kinds of change that we want, we have to be patient for right now. That's what I'm telling almost all of my clients, is like, just press pause on the difficulties of the moment and where you're hoping to be that you aren't yet. And just trust that in, say, the next 2 months, you will probably experience a pretty big momentum shift, and probably some unexpected things that will come up, especially in the next week or two, with the Uranian energy that may really offer some sudden twists and turns, but they will probably be for the better when it's all said and done. So anyway, that's a brief overview of what we've got going on this week. I wanted this to just make it short and sweet, to give you a preview of what's ahead. Got some really cool stuff coming up this week. I'm going to do a Mercury planets and profile on Mercury in Libra, so you can check out that Mercury in Libra video this week. Also probably do a chart demo. We've got horoscopes for November coming up, my monthly overview for November coming up. So lots of good stuff on the table. Plus I'm doing some Q&A episodes with Kat. We're recording them soon. So lots to share with you guys, and I'm looking forward to it. Don't forget that my new class, Ancient Astrology for the Modern Mystic, starts on November 14th. There's still time to sign up. Check out my website, nightlightastrology.com. The early bird rate is still in effect. You can save $500 when you sign up and pay in full. There is a payment plan. There's also need-based tuition for those who are struggling for any reason, especially if you're struggling due to COVID. Feel free to take advantage of that if you need it. If you have any questions about the program, we did a Q&A video called Ancient Astrology for the Modern Mystic Q&A. Tells you everything you need to know about the class. But if you still have questions, email me at info@nightlightastrology.com. All right, take it easy, everyone. Bye.